Hey guys! Today, let's take a look at the powers and strength of the 8 Witches of Sin from ReZero. First up, the Witch of Envy, Satella. Satella shares the exact same appearance as Amelia. Dark shadows swirl beneath her feet, wrapping around her like a gown. Her face is covered in a thick black mist, drifting like fog, making it impossible to see her true expression. Because her body isn't compatible with the witch factor of envy, Satella developed a split personality. One side is the infamous Witch of Envy, known for her cruelty. The other is her true self, a gentle, shy girl named Satella. 400 years ago, the Witch of Envy rampaged across the world, becoming a symbol of disaster. But according to the other witches, it was actually Satella's original personality that caused the destruction. A version of her driven by obsessive, chaotic love. Compared to the envy side, Satella's true self is kind, timid, and loved by the other witches. Still, both personalities share one thing: a deep, overwhelming love for Subaru Natsuki. The envy side, however, twists that love with possessiveness. In order to protect the one she loves, Satella granted Subaru the ability called Return by Death. While this lets him restart time whenever he dies, he cannot tell anyone about it. If he tries, his heart is crushed by countless unseen hands. A punishment set by Satella herself, because that secret belongs to her and Subaru alone. At her peak, Satella could summon over 2,000 shadowy hands, putting her power on par with Reinhard, the sword saint of the current era. Eventually, she lost control of the witch factor and devoured half the world, until she was sealed away by the dragon, the sage, and the first sword saint. Because she was sealed and not killed, there is no Sin Archbishop for envy in the current timeline. The Witch of Sloth, Sekhmet. Sekhmet has long hair that flows down to her waist and gives off an air of lazy elegance. The moment Subaru met her, he thought she looked like a beautiful but sleepy woman. In fact, Sekhmet is so lazy she finds even breathing and blinking to be exhausting. According to Minerva, the Witch of Wrath, Sekhmet only wears a single outfit, and never changes it. Sekhmet's explanation? The Witch of Pride wipes it clean for me, so it's not dirty. Her authority is called Invisible Providence, similar to the Sloth Sin Archbishop's ability, but on a completely different scale. Even if all the other 5 witches teamed up, excluding Satella, they still wouldn't be a match for Sekhmet alone. In the web novel, when Subaru leaves the witch's tea party lab, Satella suddenly appears. At that moment, most of her powers are still sealed, and she's being suppressed by Echidna's influence in the dream realm. Sekhmet casually steps in and helps Echidna drive Satella away with ease. However, this entire scene was cut from the light novel adaptation. The Witch of Pride, Typhon. Typhon appears as a brown-skinned girl with green hair, dressed in a white one-piece dress. She looks innocent and childlike, but don't let her looks fool you. What makes her truly terrifying is her absolute belief in judging evil, and her complete lack of hesitation in doing so. During the witch's tea party, Typhon tested whether Subaru was a bad person by ripping off one of his arms. Then, without emotion, she tore him limb from limb. To her, this wasn't cruelty. It was righteous judgment. Her authority is another form of almighty, expressed through destructive judgment. If she deems someone guilty, she can break their body instantly, regardless of their will or defense. Despite looking like a harmless child, Typhon embodies absolute arrogance, the kind that believes she alone knows what's right and wrong. The Witch of Gluttony, Daphne. Daphne appears to be a petite girl, around 13 or 14 years old. Her body is restrained inside a multi-legged Iron Maiden-like device with both eyes covered by a black blindfold. Her gray twin tails fall to her shoulders, giving her an unstable, eerie presence. To prevent herself from going berserk, Daphne is bound by a beast she created herself, the centipede coffin. This beast has no will of its own and exists solely to keep her gluttony in check. She possesses a pair of cursed magic eyes. Normally, she keeps them covered with bandages. Her left eye causes anyone she sees to fall into eternal hunger, so intense that they might chew their own limbs without noticing. But using it drains her energy, making her visibly exhausted. Her right eye is even more terrifying. It's said that anyone she looks at with that eye might be completely erased, like even their existence wiped from the world. Daphne is also the creator of the three great Maybeasts, the white whale, the great rabbit, and the black serpent. These creatures have incredible reproduction and destruction capabilities and have caused endless disasters. Why did she create them? Her chilling answer was, to add more food and reduce the number of humans and demi-humans. Because the Witch of Envy once tried to destroy the world, most historical records were lost. So people mistakenly believe the Witch of Envy created the Maybeasts. The Witch of Greed? Echidna. Echidna is the most intellectual and composed member of the Witch's Tea Party. She has silver white hair, a black dress, and carries herself with elegance and grace. But her greed isn't about money or power. It's about an endless hunger for knowledge. She's often nicknamed the sales rep of the Tea Party because when she tried to make a contract with Subaru, she used typical salesman tactics, highlighting the benefits while hiding the costs. Echidna is good at manipulating people's emotions and desires to achieve her own goals. She may act concerned and generous, but everything she does is rooted in her obsession to know more. She's not evil in the traditional sense, but she's more than willing to sacrifice others for the sake of knowledge. Her authority is never fully explained in the anime or novels, but as the Witch of Knowledge, she can create dream spaces, read memories, and predict the future, making her feel omniscient at times. Fun fact, Echidna is extremely popular with fans. Many even hoped she'd replace the main heroine. But her charm lies in the contrast, a gentle voice hiding a cold, calculating mind. The Witch of Lust, Carmilla. Carmilla has pale pink hair and wears a long white dress. She's extremely timid, insecure, and lacks self-confidence. She often lowers her head, avoids eye contact, and speaks nervously like a frightened little animal. But this fragile demeanor hides a strange power. Carmilla emits an irresistible aura. No matter where she goes, she becomes the center of attention. Her small, delicate body triggers strong protective instincts in others, to the point where admiration turns into obsession. Her authority is a passive charm effect. If you look at her, you'll find it nearly impossible to look away. Even the most rational minds begin to forget their surroundings and fall deeper into her presence, to the point where breathing, heartbeat, even your sense of self can all vanish. At Subaru's lowest moment, it was Carmilla, in the form of Rem, who pulled him back from despair using her illusion of lust. She doesn't seduce through appearance, but by disrupting perception itself. The longer you stay near her, the more you lose yourself. She's arguably the most dangerous witch and doesn't even realize it. The Witch of Wrath, Minerva. Minerva is a hot-headed girl with overwhelming physical strength. Her emotions fluctuate wildly and she doesn't hold back her punches. When she gets angry, she literally beats up the world. Ironically, her authority is healing. She has a unique ability that turns her destructive punches into restorative energy. In short, she punches you and your wounds are healed. Even severed limbs and fatal injuries can be fixed in an instant. After Subaru was torn apart by Typhon, Minerva healed him by punching him back together, like a magical barrage of aura, aura, aura. But this healing comes at a cost. Minerva forcibly reverses cause and effect, drawing magical energy from the world itself. Each time she heals someone, she throws the world's magical balance into chaos. Eventually, this imbalance causes natural disasters, earthquakes, droughts, storms, killing far more people than she ever saved. She's one of the few witches whose kindness brings unintended consequences. The more people she heals, the closer the world gets to destruction. The Witch of Vainglory, Pandora. Pandora is known as the witch erased from history. She has platinum blonde hair, deep blue eyes, and wears a flowing white cloth. Her beauty and presence are ethereal, like a goddess who doesn't belong to this world. Her identity is shrouded in mystery. She was exiled by the other witches and never participated in the Witches' Tea Party. Yet her power might surpass them all. Pandora's authority is terrifying. She can rewrite reality with her words, If she says that person never existed, then that person will be erased from the world entirely. Causality, logic, even physics bend to her will. Theoretically, this makes her nearly invincible, but her power has unknown limits. Some events can't be undone, and some people may resist it. So even with such an ability, she never became ruler of the world. In the past, Pandora led the Greed Archbishop to attack Emilia's elf village. The Sloth Archbishop used a witch factor he couldn't handle, but still lost. That battle destroyed the village, and later led to the Demi-Human War. Some say Pandora was the true mastermind behind it all. Though the war ended with Luganika's victory, the kingdom was left in ruins. A witch who never officially appeared still managed to twist the fate of the world. Power comparison. Witch versus Sin Archbishop. The author has given an answer. The Witch of Sloth completely outclasses the Archbishop of Sloth. The Archbishop of Greed is stronger than the Witch of Greed. The Archbishop of Wrath also outpowers the Witch of Wrath. As for lust, it's a close match, but the Witch of Lust barely wins. Gluttony is a tie. The witch and the archbishop are about evenly matched. But if all witches and archbishops entered a full-on free-for-all and excluding the Witch of Envy, there's a high chance that the Archbishop of Greed would come out on top. Well, that's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.